So 4th of July is coming up in like 2 days or something. And, as Christians, we're not supposed to be celebrating any holiday. That is man-made. God has a list of holidays you're to celebrate in his honoration, when you're supposed to celebrate them, how you're supposed to celebrate them, how long you're supposed to celebrate them. And 4th of July is not one of those you celebrate, right? The underlying thing with 4th of July is that 4th of July, to be honest with you, is not a day in which America gained independence, right? 4th of July is just a day in which America announces the New World Order, which they spearhead, right? If you look at the Great Seal of America, which is right here, you'll see that there's a pyramid. Now you can't see this, right? You have a pyramid, you have an eye, but you have Roman numerals, and it tells you those Roman numerals add up to 1776, which is obviously the year in which they passed their Declaration of Independence, and then they declared themselves to be an independent country, right? But on the seal itself, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means a new order of the ages, right? And the Roman numerals, like I said, they add up to 1776, which tells you that it's the start of the new age. And so 4th of July, it's not Independence Day. It's just a declaration of a new age. It's not a declaration of independence, right? It's a declaration of a new age in which Satan is now crowning America as his new nation to basically spearhead, be the head of the snake of evil. That is the whole purpose of 4th of July. It was never for America to announce some independence of Great Britain, because they're not independent of Great Britain. They didn't win the Revolutionary War. They lost it. The whole point of the Revolutionary War was to stop the spread of central banking. They didn't do that because if you do your research, 1791, what did they have? The first central bank. In war, if you have a goal. You have a goal, you seek to accomplish the goal. If you accomplish the goal, well, then you achieved what you sought out to do, meaning you won. Well, the central banks of Britain sought out to implement a central bank in the U.S. They fought in a Revolutionary War, and then less than a decade later, they got the central bank. So who really won? The British. America didn't win a Revolutionary War. They're not independent. Even to this day, they're not independent. They're just puppeteered by the British banks. It's just what it is. So this country is not an independent country. They just create this illusion that they're independent because humans are not independent. They cannot be. It's humanly impossible for you to be independent. Therefore, America, just like every other country on the face of the earth, is being controlled by something. Humans are dependent. Either you depend on God or you depend on Satan. And the governments of the world depend on Satan, because Satan is the prince of this world, as Jesus tells you, right? And so America's 4th of July is not a day of independence. It's just a day of them declaring a new world order, which they're going to be the head of. And they're going to usher out all sorts of evil. And every major evil, they have their fingerprints all over. You see with the CIA, they go around and they just, order hits on people, assassinate others, assassination attempts on others. They lead all this evil. They create these terrorist groups like ISIS. They created ISIS, told them to terrorize their own country. And then they could come in like the good guys and be like, oh, look at us. We did the right thing, right? We stopped ISIS. If you created it, of course, the least you could do is stop it. That's the least you could do. And so do not celebrate 4th of July, especially if you say you're a Christian. You should not celebrate. I don't even care if you're not a Christian. You shouldn't even celebrate 4th of July anyways, because 4th of July is just a declaration of the New World Order spearheaded by this demonic country.